Everyone, this is Mr. Chang, and in this video, we're going to take a look at surfaceGUI as well as TextLabel. So in this example, we'll use surfaceGUI and TextLabel to create a whiteboard to practice some math. All right, so first thing, go ahead and inside of Roblox Studio, go ahead and drag out a new block. And I'm just going to move it right over here. And I'm going to go ahead and rename this part to whiteboard. All right, so next thing we're going to do is that we're going to scale the part to be about the size of a whiteboard, at least in the virtual world. And so we're going to make it 32 studs across, 8 studs high, and 1 stud wide. All right, so back in Studio, I'm going to go ahead and click on Scale, and I've got 8 here, I've got 16 here, and I've now got 32. Let's count the boxes here, over here. Now, I only need it to be 1 across, so I'm going to make it like so. And now I'm going to make it 8 high, so I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. All right, so that looks pretty good. Now, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to change the material to plastic. So let's go ahead and in the material manager, let's go ahead and make sure plastic is selected over here. So I already searched for it, and I'm going to select it, and I'm going to click on apply to the selected part here. So now our material looks like plastic. All right, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to add the surfaceGUI object to that part that we just created here. So inside of whiteboard, I'm going to click on the plus here, and I've got surfaceGUI right over here. I could also search for it if needed, if I couldn't find it. And now I've added the surfaceGUI object to our part. Now with surfaceGUI, you can display information like a sign, keypad panels for doors, and even touchscreens, which we'll get to later on in this course. But in this example, we'll just create a sign, which is a non-interactive surface object. Now, first thing we need to do, and again, this is all relative to where you are in the three-dimensional world, we're going to have to find the face of the surfaceGUI. Now, again, depending on where you placed it inside of your world, your face may be a little bit different than where it may be in mine. So let's go back to our part here. And what we're going to do is we're going to now click on surfaceGUI, and I'm going to go ahead and click and type in face here. And currently, let's see, when we click on face, the face will be, if you notice right over here, the face is actually not where we would expect it. We kind of want it right over here, right in the front. So we might have to toggle between until we see that part highlight blue. So it is actually the front here. So got lucky this time. This is the front. You may have to, again, kind of toggle down here to figure out where the front is inside of your part. All right, now, next thing we're going to do, now that we found the face, is that we're going to add a text label to the surfaceGUI. All right, so back into Studio, we're going to now click on the plus here, and we're going to add a text label like so. Now notice it's right over here. It already has some default words, but we do want to scale it out to fit the entire surface over here. So what we're going to do is we're going to search for the size, and we're going to set the scale of X and Y to 1. So let's go ahead, and inside of the text label, we're going to, again, search for size here. Oops. We're search for size. And We're going to look for the size. And I'm going to go to the drop down here with the X. And we're going to set the scale to 1. The offset is going to be 0. So we're changing these default values that just happen to be there. Again, Y is going to be 1, and the offset is going to be 0. All right. And as we can see here, the entire surface of the surface GUI is now covered with our text label. Now, we're also going to search for text scaled. We're going to check that off here. So whatever text we're going to put there is going to be scaled. So I'm going to check this off over here. Notice default word here is label, but now it's scaled. And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to change the text there from label. So we're going to go back into properties here. We're going to search for text, and then we're going to look for the text here. Again, this is the default text here, and we're going to put a fun message. Let's do some math. And that is going to be the words that appear on our whiteboard, at least initially. All right, so let's test this out, see what it looks like when we play our game here. So I'm running around, and notice here, it says that we are going to do some math. All right, I hope that helps, and I'll see you in the next video.